Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Judo Reigns. We have a lot of things going on in the world today, but also a lot of insights that are taking place. So, of course, I'm going to comment a little bit on the most recent news on the latest news between the war between United States of America and Iran, with the on the behest of the state of Israel, and how we can tell who is of the synagogue of Satan versus who is the true children of Yah. So right now, it seems like by all reports at this juncture, America is suffering a huge loss, and I think the biggest one is that it is showing and proving that it no longer operates under the strength and power of the great Satan and of the demonic forces, that they have been cut off. You can get a sense by how they are suffering losses and have suffered status throughout the world as one of the nation's biggest bully and also the preeminent nation on the planet, the strongest nation on the planet, how it is falling now, right now. And it is because of the great Satan and the demonic horde that came with him. The fallen angels have now been completely bound, which is that they have lost their power or their ability with their power that they were innately made with, to control the outcomes of this or mechanisms of this current world, which is now going into its final moments, if not already in its final moments as this begins to unfold. So we have here a couple of things. Many of the European nations have either declined to assist or to jump into this conflict, and or they were going to, but then they have backed away because they can smell and they can sense to a greater degree than what the general population has understood, that that the course of power and the flow of power is no longer in the hands of the West. Now, here's the thing that America, United States of America in particularly, is coming to terms with, that those who had claimed that they were Jews but were not blood Jews, but were the synagogue of Satan, as it is stated in the Bible. In the Bible, it also states that you will know my servants by their fruit, and you will also know the great Satan's children by their fruits. And what have we here when we run through the list? And there have been countless videos and commentary, and this has been going on for decades. Even before there was a YouTube, there were videotapes of various men and women, black and white, who had discussed since World War II all of the wars and military battles that have been waged through around this globe, and due to the people from the Middle East being behind it and being the battery, or putting the batteries in the backs of many different nations, but mostly United States of America. So now that they have done this one last time in order to force in a prophecy that does not belong to them, we are now readily seeing the outlay of that. We are now seeing proof from the Most High given to us and given to humanity of who is and who isn't. Okay, who is and who isn't those who are given the promise of a new Jerusalem. We are readily seeing that, and it is forcing the world to capitulate to that truth. Now, what we are witnessing is that they are either, again, I'm talking about the world, the confederate of the nations who were in league with the United States of America, who are now backing down and away. They are not engaging. And one has got to wonder, what next move and strategy are they considering? Just think about that. The room of air has gone out from the way of the industrial military complex of America. but it has not disappeared. The pressure has not disappeared. It's still there, but it is just taking a different route. And I submit to you that perhaps in the back rooms and in the deep recesses of these governmental officials who are meeting with one another, most of them probably in secret and not involving what has been called the Illuminati or the elite who have profited off the bloodshed of this world. They are in the valley of decision, a conflict of conscience, if you will, and of interest about what their next move will be. Now, as far as the sense of things on this side of the ocean of the Pacific and the Atlantic, as for descendants of American slaves, we are resting to the not so much that that we're just simply lying down because we're not. We're resting from getting involved in the affairs of man and giving them the battery power that they have sucked up in order to continue the world. So the Most High has withdrawn our power, but He has not taken it from us as a nation, especially from His chosen anointed, specifically anointed individuals that are going to be a part of the world that is now manifesting itself. And it is one that the white European male and female will not be in charge of. And this is where we are right now. So I submit to you that many behind closed doors are now having to rethink and let's say, recalibrate where they are going to stand and where they are going to put their resources and who they are going to put their resources behind. Could it be that right now in March 2026, in the valley of the decision, that these men and women who occupy the rest of the world, could it be that now they are forced to make a choice? If that's even open to them, I don't know. There are many people who have insight that that door is closed, and I would not be surprised if it is, for them to bless the real Israel, the real children of the Hebrews. Could it be that now that maybe someone in a conference room or meeting or over telephone or whatever, what have you, are deciding that we may, because we are not part of the Epstein files, we were never a part of that world where we were forced to do these horrific things. And trust me, there are some out there. They're probably far and few in between, but they are out there. Now, will I be surprised if it's everybody who was at a certain level and above capitulated to the Epsteins of the world? No, I wouldn't be. And I wouldn't even be disheartened at all either. But something in the back of my spine here is tingling, and it's telling me that no, there are enough, whatever that number is, that are now rethinking that what is proven here today with everything that's going on in the world. What is being proven is who is not the real Jew and who is the real Jew. Who is the one that has the promised land and has New Jerusalem and has the backing of the Most High and the angels? Who are those people? And what I'm also seeing is that those folks are even getting online right now and starting to capitulate that, hey, it is actually black folks in America, those that were once slaves, and those that have really never really been given a chance in order to operate in America, making it what it claimed to be, but never was. This nation of freedom, this nation of justice. It was never that. It was built on bloodshed. It came into being on bloodshed and has remained this way even to this very day of spilling blood all over the planet. And what they're also finding, because it's proving itself in this conflict that's taking place right now, is that those that put the battery in the backs of these people, those that have been always integral to the American power dynamic, that those that claim to be a people are being proven that they are absolutely not. And that the scriptures that told you about that they will claim, but they will not be, you will know them by their fruits. And the fruits is that they're doing the bidding of the devil. And they're doing the bidding of demonic through demonic means. And this is so evident. You can't deny it with your eyes or your ears, and they most certainly can't talk people out of it now. It's too open now. It's too readily apparent. So who is? And because the one is proving itself right now, the one group of people have proven themselves not to be, then it automatically shines light on the people who really are, automatically. And so I'm not sure who needs to hear this, but from my point of view, the window may just be closed at this point, especially if they want to turn around. These folks want to turn around who are in key stations of power, who want to turn around and produce justice for them to act. It may be the door may be closed. It may be that even if they do think about it, even if they want to, they know who they will have to turn to. And because those ones who make up Christ's kingdom are not in prominence, those ones are not in Congress. They're not advisors to President Trump. They're, as a matter of fact, I would bet that all of Christ's kingdom, those who are anointed and those who will be brought into power by the Most High, they have nothing to do with the governments that are running. They cannot be found in those areas. And because of the spy networks, because of the intelligence agencies that pervades this globe, these people who are in high station or high enough station, they know where everyone who is of that class, where they are located. Okay, but it would mean that they would have to bust down on their kneecaps and bow down to a person that they consider lowly, that they would consider nothing. And of course, for as far as what our sojourn has been as descendants of American slaves, yes, we have been made crazy. Yes, we have been made drunkards. Yes, we have been made drug addicts. Yes, we have been out on the streets doing all kinds of things. There is a whole plethora of us, but there has been some recovery from that. There has been some enlightenment from that. And this is a humbling mechanism that the Most High is always put in place. The Bible itself is riddled with stories where the Most High has taken people that others have despised or have thought nothing or little of, and has raised them to prominence. That is the signature of the Most High. We and they are not prime ministers. They're not presidents. They're not even senators. They're not even mayors. They're not governors. They are nowhere to be found in the system that has practiced so much deplorable tactics and has literally graped the masses of humanity out of the natural wealth of this planet, and then have one run roughshod through the planet, literally just digging in and doing all manner of things to destroy it. Okay, and nothing that we are aware of has been left untouched. I'm sure there is things about the earth that they could not get to. Praise the Most High, Yah, that they could not get to. And that would be just because of the spaciousness and the power and the majesty of the Most High, not because of anything that humans did or did not do. But yes, so the Most High will raise up whom she likes and will set down whom she likes. And so, and that is just basically to humble the mighty and to humble the powerful. And so again, It may be that the window is still open for them to come in and from them to bring whatever they need to bring in to bow down to whatever the Most High has put in place in order to stop the madness that is going on here. And there is plans. There are plans to stop the madness, but it, as always, has been put in the hands of the least of these, of the anonymous, of the nobodies, in relation to the powerful, in relation to the prominent and the proud. And so, anyway, I don't know again who needs to hear this. It could be many, it could be one, but yes, with the agencies that they have, they know who everyone, wherever everyone is, and how do they know? Because usually, the message has been sent to them by letters, by tape, some by videos, some by other means of communications, but something has gotten to them, gotten to these prominent ones, whether they're in the government or they are retired out of the government. But they still have connections. They still have technical or political or policy or training in certain areas. You see, so it's with their pride. It's with their pride, and many of them, black, white, and beige, or anywhere in between, have benefited from white supremacy. And so to let that go, I would say right now would be impossible. It would have to be snatched away. And that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing that the power has been snatched away. And so that's why you have all this madness that just doesn't make sense. I mean, you have a president that's just saying some of the off the wall stuff. But guess what? All of them are. When you look at it, it's not just him, all of them are. And a lot of them are scratching their heads. You can sense the confusion. Like, what the heck is going on here? It's like a three-ring circus. And it's done early enough into this presidency that they cannot say, well, just around the corner we'll have another election and things will be better. No, why is that? Because of the Epstein files and because of people being searching, exposing that truly, as some of our black brothers and sisters have said, that basically both sides of the house, whether you're Democratic or Republican, are two different wings on the same bird. That means at some point they connect. That means at the very middle, the most important part of that chicken or that bird, the heartbeat drums the same for each one. So people are forced to capitulate. That won't even matter who's in office. They'll just continue the same route because of the hidden hand that is now exposed and now is readily seen, makes the decisions, and everybody else is just basically a do boy or a do girl, you see. And so the Epstein files state that in black and white, and no one can sit up here and pretend like, oh, if we just get these people in office, then things will be different. And you notice that they're not really saying that now. You notice that sometimes people will try to say, well, once we get the Democrats, but then people slap them down and say, well, it won't be any different. They'll just smile on our faces and tell us one thing but do the other. So, and that's exactly where we need to be. We are exactly where we need to be as a human species, right on time. And so I anticipate that there's going to be some prominent moves here, whether they're seen or unseen. Even furthermore, it is said that the Most High can change worlds overnight, and perhaps that's probably what we are on the verge of. But to whatever means or whatever ways it happens, just know that the children of the slaves and just on the blood of our ancestors and what they had to suffer, because most of them were innocent. The majority of the slaves were innocent. The majority from that original class, whatever happened in the past where they lost power, whatever that conglomerate was doing, they probably were taken out very quickly. It was the children at that point, the descendants at that point, that were suffering all of the things that the transatlantic slave trade produced chattel slavery, and then the subsequent Jim Crow, civil rights, and just us never being able to right the ship from the awful, horrific way that this nation was born. We were never able to, and never really allowed to overturn it and make it truly what many of the preambles and in the songs of the nation would state to themselves and to the world, which that wasn't true, was all a fallacy. So anyway, I'm going off script, but the main thing is that right now, because so many that are in the military forces that are now speaking about what is going on, they're being forced to kind of the spirit is forcing them to kind of leak out what is really happening in that part of the world, and even just the performances of the government here in the United States and how the president, the cabinets, and everyone is doing. We can readily see that something's off. Something is truly off, and that is right where the Most High would want them to be. So what will how should I say this? What will the astute, prominent men and women, whether they are retired outside of the reins of power, or whether or not they're still there, but are having that crisis of conscience, which means that you know that's wrong, you want to do something different, but you know that trying to do it different within the confines that you're in right now, it's not going to happen. But because you've been given intelligence about those in America who you know are chosen, who you know have a purpose, who have given that information to you, who have put it either again in all sorts of media, and not just television, not just internet, but through tapes, cassette tapes, through letters. You know who and where they are. What are you going to do now, if you even still have time to do it? Because again, personally, I think you don't. But I'm a human being. I could be wrong. I'm not the Most High, and it's on Most High's time, not on my own. Anyway, thank you for listening. Please like and share and subscribe.